Hello friends. Welcome to Spinal Cord Injury TV. Here on this channel we promote spinal cord injury community, with their visuals, and analyze their everyday to-day activities. Having an accessible home or visiting apartment is very important for wheelchair users. Some key factors to consider for an accessible apartment for wheelchair user. Wide doorways at least 32 inches, and hallways at least 5 feet wide, to allow for easy wheelchair maneuverability. No step or ramped entrances to the home and between rooms. Lowered countertops, cabinets, and light switches no higher than 48 inches, that are reachable from a seated position. Accessible bathroom with a roll-in shower, lowered sink, and grab bars near the toilet. Reinforced walls to allow for future installation of additional grab bars as needed. Automatic or remote-controlled doors, windows, and appliances. Ample maneuvering space in each room, with furniture arranged for easy mobility. Hardwood, laminate, or low-pile carpet flooring for smooth wheelchair rolling. Emergency alert systems or smart home technology for safety and independence. The goal is to create a home environment that maximizes mobility, independence, and safety for the wheelchair user. Working with an occupational therapist or accessibility designer can help identify the right modifications for the individual's needs.
What is up, everyone? Recently I posted this video about my shower experience, and there was a lot of questions like, why didn't you enjoy what wasn't good about it? And let me explain why. When I first came here, I was super excited to see a fully accessible bathroom with lots of handrails, an accessible shower bench, and a shower head that I could hold by myself and could aim at the shower bench. However, there's a big fundamental flaw here with the way that this was built. This handbar makes no sense where it was placed. Not only does it dig into your spine when you sit there, it pushes you off the bench. I'm 105 pounds and 5'1", so I'm very tiny. I should be able to sit on this seat with ease, but I'll show you right away that is not the case. And my fiance actually had to brace me to help hold me on the seat so I wouldn't slip off, because when it gets wet, it was very slippery. Someone with a complete level injury would not have been able to sit on that. This would be good for someone who has, I would say, partially to full body control. Otherwise, it just wasn't a great option, and let me show you why. I'm gonna brace with my wheelchair here, but you can see that this bar is digging right into my spine, and not only is this incredibly painful for me because I had a fracture here, so that spot in my spine is very sensitive, but you can see that my bum is literally off of this seat right now, and the second that this got wet, it was incredibly slippery. Like I said, my fiance had to hold me here, so I would not consider this fully accessible. This is just a design flaw. I don't think it's necessarily a flaw with the whole hotel, though there is a bunch of other ones that I will showcase here for you in a moment, but this could be made a little bit better. This is what I would consider minimally accessible. I think a lot of places get away with deeming things accessible because they do what they think is right, and this just didn't meet the mark. This is the closet where we would hang all of our stuff. I can't reach there, it's way too high. The iron, the board, everything was in there, and nothing in here I could reach, so the only place I had to put my laundry and my clothes was in here. Keep in mind, again, I am very fortunate where I have someone who can help me all the time, but there's a lot of people who are in wheelchairs who are independent or want to be independent and travel alone. So I don't think that this would have been a great option if you were here for a long stay or like a vacation. This would have been good for a short stay and just to meet the bare minimum requirements. Again, this room is deemed accessible, but I consider it minimally accessible. This is our balcony, but as you can see, and I'll show a little clip here, how big this step is. I could never get over this by myself, obviously. The other thing that makes it very inaccessible is that I cannot open this by myself. Even if I wanted to open the window for fresh air, I couldn't because it's too hard to open. For someone with limited arm, hand, and core function, this just isn't accessible. And I'm going to show you one other thing. The other thing is how tight these spaces are. So to make this accessible, Ryan had to move this chair out of my way because it is very tight. Again, I have a very, very small wheelchair, so this is snug even for me. Anyone with a larger wheelchair, this would not be very accessible. I keep getting hung up on this. So that tight space doesn't really make that accessible either. And this isn't to bash this hotel. It did have a lot of good features. It obviously had elevator access. There was enough room in the bathroom for me to move, and enough room for me to transfer into the bed on that side. There's just a few fundamental flaws, like I was saying. That's something that can be worked on, and I will showcase another hotel we stayed at. I think you just have to be able to pick and choose what you want. If you want an accessible room versus accessible amenities, and we'll go through that in another video.
Kindly click subscribe. Thanks for your support.